No one noticed the badge at first. It gleamed faintly beneath the morning sun, half hidden under a layer of dust. But when Sergeant Cole finally saw it, his laughter died mid-breath. He'd been mocking her. The young woman standing rigid at the training field's edge, her boots too clean, her posture too careful. To every soldier there, she was just another nervous cadet, trembling at the start of her first day. Only she wasn't trembling. She was measuring, watching, remembering. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Cole's voice cut through the crisp morning air. Hey, rookie. You lost? This isn't a field trip. The Alpha unit doesn't train tourists. The others chuckled, the sound bouncing off the steel walls of the yard. Dust swirled around her boots, catching the sunlight. She didn't speak. She just stood there, her eyes steady, calm, the kind of calm that made even the wind hesitate. Then, quietly, she unzipped her vest. The yard fell silent. Pinned to her chest was the Alpha badge, not a replica, not a prop, the real one. The same badge worn only by soldiers who'd survived the mission no one spoke about. Operation Iron Veil. The same mission where the entire Alpha unit had vanished, except one. A murmur rippled through the ranks. Cole's jaw tightened. That's impossible, he muttered. Alpha's gone. They all sim gone. They all sim gone. They all sim gone. Her voice didn't shake. One made it back. Cole stared, and for a heartbeat, the only sound was the slow flap of the camp flag. She could feel their eyes on her. Judgment, disbelief, even fear. But beneath it all, a pulse of curiosity. Who was she? Why was she here? 3 days earlier, Captain Mira Hale had been ordered to return, not to lead, but to train. The higher-ups wanted her to mold the next generation, but everyone in the yard only saw a girl in pressed fatigues with a badge she hadn't earned. They didn't know she'd spent 2 years in silence after pulling 3 men out of burning wreckage while her own commander never returned. They didn't know the nightmares that followed, the guilt that carved her sleep into pieces. Still, she stood here now, under a blazing noon sun, while soldiers tested her patience like children testing the edge of a blade. Cole smirked. If you're really Alpha, show us. Lead the drill. She nodded once. No words. No pride, and then she moved. The next 10 minutes redefined silence. Her voice turned sharp as a strike of steel, calling orders that sliced through the confusion. Her steps were precise, her stance unflinching. Every soldier followed, first out of duty, then out of awe. The yard filled with synchronized rhythm, boots slamming in unison, rifles rising like clockwork. When the last echo faded, sweat dripped down every brow, and Mira, calm and steady, looked at them not with triumph, but with quiet sorrow. You train like you've never been afraid, she said. That's your mistake. Fear doesn't make you weak, ignoring it does. The words hit harder than any order could. Cole looked at her, this supposed rookie, and finally saw the exhaustion behind her eyes, the kind of weariness only survivors carried. He swallowed hard, then stepped forward, his voice lower now. Was stationed at Iron Veil, he whispered. My brother didn't make it. Mira's gaze softened. Neither did mine, she replied. And in that fragile silence, something shifted. The mocking died, replaced by a respect that didn't need to be spoken. Around them, the trainees stood straighter, realizing they'd just witnessed something rare, a legend who had bled, healed, and returned not for glory, but to teach. When the day ended, Cole found her alone at the edge of the field, the badge glinting faintly in the fading light. Captain Hale, he said quietly. I didn't know. She smiled, faint but real. None of us ever do, Sergeant, until the test finds us. The wind carried her words across the silent yard, over the heads of the young recruits who would one day tell this story. The day a woman who looked like a cadet reminded them what true strength looks like. Because legends don't shout, they stand quietly, carrying the weight of what they've survived. And sometimes, the brightest light wears the dust of yesterday's battle. If this story moved you, leave a comment, and tell me what courage means to you. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories of honor, resilience, and the silent heroes who walk among us.